This video is to give you an authentic experience for the 2.01 Mineral Identification Lab for Earth Science. So you're going to need the rocks, minerals, and the identification website, which I have open here. You're going to need your ID chart and then the blank worksheet. So the directions ask you to do samples 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, and 12. So that's a little confusing here because really sample 1 isn't sample 1. We're supposed to start with sample 2. So I just started, I made a note in here, sample 2 equals, and then we'll go back and identify that later. Hardness range is one of the areas. Let's go through and do that. So for specimen 2, the hardness, now what you need to do is click through these and see where it goes from the scratch being on the object to being on the specimen. So if I click through these, I see, oh, here's scratch observed on specimen, and that was for quartz, I believe. So I'm going to put here, oh, I would write, here we go, okay, quartz, caps lock, okay, and then I'm going to put, here is where it stops being on the object. So that is called, I'm just going to call that feldspar. That's what geologists would call that by its short name. Okay. Oops, that typing didn't work well. So we can go then and reference. Now this is not given to you in the lab. This is one extra step that you can do if you're really into rocks and minerals like my daughter and I are. I would go to a Mohs hardness scale. So I see that quartz is a 7 and that orthoclase feldspar is a 6. So actually on Mohs hardness scale we would say that this is a 6 to a 7. Now, if you don't go and do this and you just tell us, you tell your teacher where the barrier is, where it switches from scratch being on object versus specimen, that's fine. Then we need to go in and do our streak color. So our streak is, we'll say that's gray. And magnetic. For magnetic properties, we actually need to go back to this list inside the classroom. So specimen 2 is not magnetic. And let's see if it's effervescent, if it reacts with acid. Nothing happened. No. Okay, so that is how you would complete this. Now, if you were in an actual geology lab, you would not have this little cheat right here to see what the identification is of the specimen. So this specimen is actually pyrite, fool's gold. So you would have to go through here. Okay, so I see this first one, pyrite, hardness range of 7, streak of dark gray, non-magnetic, does not react with hydrochloric acid. You would also look at some other properties to identify that. And then you would go to, I don't know if you've ever seen it, a big box of sample minerals and compare your sample with a known specimen. So that is how you fill out this chart. And if you have questions, feel free to call the teacher link.